Hi everyone, welcome to Legacy School and welcome to your social studies lesson. We start by the Anzac forces and we continue on the topic of World War One. If you remember last time in the key battles of World War One, we've come across a Gallipoli battle, the landing of the Anzac. If you remember. Okay, we start with the questions. What does ANZAC stand for? It stands for Australian and New Zealand Armed Corps. And Corps means army units. Let's have a look at the alliances of the war. We have the Allied forces and Central Powers. Allied forces include France, Britain, as you can see, USA, Italy, Japan, Russia. And on the other hand, you have the Central Powers composed of Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire, besides Bulgaria. Okay, the Anzac Day is celebrated on the 25th of April every year, and it is the day when the Anzac forces, the Australian and New Zealander, came into shores in the Anzac Cove of Gallipoli, the Battle of Gallipoli, as they were in a quest of helping Allied forces win the war and get control of Turkey, modern-day Turkey. Okay, so the first war began in 1914 and ended in 1918, killing more than 17 million people. That's why we call it a Great War. And during this war, there were many technologies used in the war, like modern technologies such as tanks, machine guns. We have U-boats, trench warfare, chemical warfare, and so on. And trenches were used to protect soldiers from these modern deadly weapons. And the first war was the first time Australia and New Zealand had to be a part of a war. The first time they engaged into war, defending their country, and they were helping the Allies. The Anzac were reported to be brave, resilient, and humorous. And they like to cheer up everyone, and they like to cheer everyone up with them, and they have high spirits. Okay. This is so-called the Anzac traits or the Anzac spirit. And people celebrate the Anzac Day with Flundery poppies. Symbolizes the bloodshed of those who killed and those who sacrificed themselves. These sacrifices were worth mentioning. They wear red poppies on the Anzac Day to remember those who were killed, and rosemary also. They put it on their clothes, decorate their clothes with. Like these celebrations, just to honor and to remember the sacrifices, the great sacrifices, and they all mean that lest we forget, like let's not to forget those who died for us, and let's not to repeat history once again by allowing another great war to break out. This is a glossary of the words that we came across in the reading. Civilian, like a person who's non-armed. Corps, the army units, or we have lest, like an intention to prevent something undesirable to happen. And peninsula, it's like a semi-island. It's surrounded by water from three sides. Traits is the qualities or characteristics, and you have the trench. We came across the word trench before. It's a long, narrow ditch dug in the ground to protect soldiers. Okay, we have some questions here as a homework. I want you guys to come across this and work it out and send me your homework. Thank you.